Hey guys, welcome back. This is Storm and this is episode 120 of my single player Tiveden world. Hope you guys are going awesomely well. So we're going to be working over here at the start of this episode. This is one of the towers that we had created, I guess it was about 20 episodes ago now, maybe more. Probably more. But this inside area here, I haven't really worked on this. I started to put in this kind of dodgy staircase design, trying to think what I can put inside this particular building. And then this is where we've got our donator blocks. So every time someone has donated to me, I've put a block here with their name on it. So I think it's about time I worked on this area, put a nice spot to put down these blocks. I've got a few ideas what I want to do for that, so I'm going to get straight into it. First of all, I'm going to get rid of this staircase because I thought this is just too predictable, I think. I think it's easy to just put in a staircase design like this, so I'm going to get rid of this. Not sure what I'm going to put down right now for the stairs, but at least for this area, for what I'm going to do with these blocks. Whoa! How you going, creeper? That was really weird, how he could just get up there like that. Anyway, now I can't see you. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of the staircase and then we'll get on with building. So what I think I'm going to do for these blocks is rather build like some kind of room above ground here, so this kind of ground level. I'm going to dig down into the mountain, so we'll have this top area, but we'll dig down and then we should be able to come up with some kind of room design for putting in these blocks. I want to go something a little bit more lavish, I think, rather than just a simple block room, maybe like a single level, or go multiple levels. Because these are donators after all, I want to do these donators proud, so yeah, I'm going to dig down a little bit and then come up with some kind of design down here to put down these blocks. Maybe if we went for maybe 2 blocks per level or something like that, we went down a few levels, so how many levels is that? That's like 3 levels. Yeah, we could probably do, yeah, that should work out okay. So if we dig down a little bit more and then I'll figure out some kind of wall design, or room design rather, and then we should have a space to put down these blocks. So this is what I've come up with so far. I think it's going to look okay. Made a simple repeating pattern design on all walls here. So this is where we'll place a block in each of these areas on each side of these rooms. And then I've started to dig down another layer. So basically I'm going to take this layer, repeat it down here. So this will be another spot where I can place a block. Oops, don't want to destroy the place. So yeah, we're going to put a block on each side, and I think that should look okay, and there should be plenty of room to do that and navigate around. I also did put some fences up here, but I might get rid of these. These kind of make it feel a little bit claustrophobic. It's not that much walking room around up here, so I might get rid of these. But then again, I could also just fall in now, I guess, not by having these fences there, but I don't know, maybe I'll experiment with that. I did bring over a whole lot of supplies to build over here as well, but I think going with a simple wooden design, I know I probably overuse wood a little bit in my builds too much, but I'm trying to blend in different types of materials. So here we've got the end rods as well, and you know me with my flower pots, they always seem to add a bit of colour, and I think that will look good in a room like this. And for the walls, I did extend down some of these, this is terracotta, so this is the grey, I think, yeah, terracotta, that's on the walls on each part here, just blending in with the main structure of the building. I think that looks okay. So to see what it looks like, so Keith, you're first up, you're my first donator. Let's see what you're going to look like down in here. So let's go over here maybe. Whoops, I totally messed that up. So let's go up here, and I'm thinking I'm just going to place the block right there, and then we'll just put a sign underneath. So something like this, type in the name, and there we go. So maybe something like this on each floor, and then another block over here, then repeat the pattern down, and then we should have something to work with. And I only need 3 levels, but maybe I'll put a few extra just in case I get a few extra donators in the future. So I'm going to keep working on this, and then I'll come back and show you guys hopefully what this area looks like when it's all done. Alrighty, so you're ready for this grand reveal? I've worked on this area for probably an hour now, and I think it's come together quite nicely. I've worked on this room, looks pretty good I think. I'll put this door in here, not sure if I'm going to leave this door for now, but as you can see, all these donator blocks have been moved. They're now in their respective locations. So let's just jump down and take a look. So this room, I don't think I've changed anything from the design. Might have changed where I had some light placements just on these ladder designs. But I've repeated these floors, or these rooms basically going down a few levels. So Keith, there you are, there's your first block. I've also put in the date now for when the donation was made, so that's going to be pretty cool to go back and look at the future when you go back and look at some actual dates. Probably something I should have been doing a while ago, putting in, hey, I'm missing a block. So yeah, as you can see, I've been putting in these areas, and I was trying to put in different spots for lighting, but this is what I've come up with. So these are some other donated blocks, so thanks guys. And then we go down to another level, and these are our other donation areas, and then I've got a couple extra rooms down here as well, just in case. So, and down the bottom here I just put in some slime blocks underneath this carpet, so if you really want to, you can jump from up the top there, come down and bounce around all day on the slime blocks, so that's pretty interesting. And this repeating pattern made it easy, or pretty much easy, to come down and build these rooms relatively quickly. So to come up, and I like this trick with the trapdoors where you can just use a ladder straight over it, makes it easier to climb up. And I think this room turned out pretty nice actually, so I'm pretty happy the way it looks now. And I couldn't help myself, so I put down some extra pot plants up the top here. I know I might have got overkill a little bit, but sometimes just a little bit of colour and yeah, a few flowers around the place, or saplings or whatever, just adds to the room, I think, the overall look. So pretty happy with that. And now you might be wondering, how do you now get up to the top area here? So if you look around, can you tell? Is it obvious? Maybe not, maybe it is. So if you didn't notice, I do have an extra trapdoor over there. So let's come over here. And above here, there is an opening. So I did install this little contraption. So this is a slime block little launcher thing. Now it is a little bit tricky, but you can get up there. So let's see if I can do it. You kind of got to jump at the same time, because it's right at the spot where you got to get it timed just right to make that clearance. It's a little strange, but you definitely can do it. I'm going to see if I can... Uh-oh. I'm going to fail at this over and over again, aren't I? So you basically got to jump... Actually, one thing I did find to get this relatively easily is you got to just keep jumping like this, and then just press the button. And then you can get up there. So it's kind of like a jump on top of the slime block at the same time that it's launching. That's how you can get up here, but I think this is a nice, relatively concealed way to get up here. Maybe it's not that noticeable, and I think the darkness up there kind of makes it blend in from this corner. Even if you're walking around, you may miss it. So it's kind of like a neat little trick to get up there, and certainly something a little bit more creative than having just a staircase to go up there. So I think that's alright. So let's see if we can try it again. Just do the jump trick. Oops, doesn't always work, as you can tell. Come on, let me do it. There we go. So up in this area, I've got many ideas that I could do up in here, but I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to work on something else, but yeah, there is a few things I had thought of to build up here. Maybe I'll build that off camera, or maybe on camera, I'm not sure yet. But anyway, I'm going to go work on something else. So while I've been over here, I've also been working down in this area, so you'll probably tell that looks a little bit different. You may not know what it is yet, so let's go down and take a look. So we had this area here, this pathway that came through this wheat field, basically, and then I've extended the pathway down a little bit, coming along here. This is where I've put in like a pretty wide path that comes up to a bridge design, and this is a bridge that is very different for me. Hey, how you going, buddy? You want to say hi, do you? I just turned off that. So there you go. Get some light on the go. Oh, that was easy kill. So yeah, I wanted to put down some kind of bridge design where you can see down to the bottom. And what I've done is I've put in double trapdoors in some spots. So just to give it a little bit of height variation, and it's a different kind of look. It looks uneven. Looks a little bit dodgy, I guess, when you come over it. And I think it's a nice look. I think it blends in with the area okay. And I kind of wanted to extend the theme of this kind of walkway design down in this area, so that's why I've kind of blended in these blocks down into the path. It doesn't quite make sense, because you might think, well, this is just the bridge design. It's only where it's elevated that you should have these blocks, but I don't know. I think it turned out okay, kind of making it blend a little bit. And it's a very wide path. It's not something I'm usually good at building, stuff like this. I probably like to have a little bit more smaller scale of things, but having this pathway come down here into this bridge, cross over this area, I'm not going to have the same width all the way up to... Hey, how you going, spider? See if I can take you on. Come on. There you go. So I'm not going to have this path that goes all the way up to those towers. That's maybe I'll put in like a smaller path to do that. But what I was thinking of doing is having this path kind of stop here, and then build some kind of structure where we could have maybe... like not a windmill, but some kind of water-based turbine. What am I saying? some kind of like turbine or something like that, where we could have running water, perhaps power something along here, where we could have extend out this lake and then make this bottom area of this ravine into like a flowing river. I think that could be pretty interesting to come up with a design like that. So I have no idea how I'm going to build this or what I should make it look like, but I think we have to build something around here. So, and I know you guys have been asking for some kind of windmill design for a while, particularly where we've got all this wheat around. It kind of makes sense. A lot of people build that kind of look near a wheat farm, but I'm going to try and make mine a little bit different, perhaps maybe some kind of paddle, big paddle kind of thing. Yeah, it's going to be strange because I have to make probably the water stop flowing to make it look like it's standing still. Otherwise, I'm just going to have running water without this thing spinning. I don't know, it's going to make more sense once I start building. So I'm going to grab the supplies, think about what I'm going to do here, and then I'll come back and we'll continue. Alrighty, so I've dug down a little bit here to give us a bit of room to build, because I want this kind of paddle design that we're going to build here to be beneath the water line. So the water could make the paddle move if it wanted to. So I think this going down to this kind of depth should be okay. Now, what I'm going to do here for the paddle. So let's... I've got a few different blocks on me, so let's just give a few things a go here. So let's maybe make it at this... Actually, how far do we have to be? Let's go this way a little bit more. Let's not get too close to this waterfall. Maybe you don't want it to, just in case the structure we're going to have to build, don't want to build right on top of this. Effectively, this will become a waterfall, so let's build our paddle thing right here. So let's just go up a bit. Now, I have to try and make a circle. Now, making a circle in this game can be difficult, but I'm going to give it a go. So I'm going to have to build something relatively big, I think, to try and get the shape that we need. So this can be the bottom, and then if we come up now, I'll probably, whoops, that's definitely not right. Get rid of that. Let's go up like this. So this is going to be a whole lot of experimentation, I think, trying to get this to work, get the dimensions to work, get the shape to work, get the logistics to work, all that fun stuff. So let's see how... Yeah, so something like that. I want it to basically match the same lengths. So let's go up now 3 blocks. As you can see, it's going to be relatively big by the time I finish this wheel design. So let's come up here now. And now what? We're going to have to build like this. So I'm not worrying too much about the inside of the wheel just yet. I'm just trying to get the shape right. So let's go up this higher. Then this is where we're going to come back down. So, whoa, that's big. Yeah, I'm definitely not used to building large structures, so this might be a terrible idea. Might not look okay in the end. Is that the same height? That is. So this will come down 3 blocks, and then this is where we need to join this thing up. So we can have this block here. Have to dig down a little bit. One there, and then one there. That's going to be the wheel. So let's take a look at the dimension. Is this okay? Is this too big, too small? It's not terrible. It's a little bit weird how it's totally flat up the top there, but we can probably do something about that. Let's come out into this water here and take a look. It's okay. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I wonder if I should build it a little bit lower though. Maybe we should build it down 1 extra block? Yeah, why don't we do that? So I'm going to move this all down 1 extra block, and then we'll start thinking about adding a little bit more detail. So I've lowered this down an extra block now, and I think it looks better. It's going to be hard to judge until we've got some water built around this structure, but I think it's about time we start adding in some detail to see how this is going to look. So let's just go up to the top here, and what I think we'll do is we'll put down a... Do I have some slabs? I do have some slabs. Let's put down like a slab, and then maybe some trapdoors to give a little bit of a shape to the top here. And then that's pretty much all we can do. There's nothing else in terms of block types we can really put up there, I don't think. And then what should we do up here? Maybe we had something in the middle. What if we went like this? Let's get rid of that block. And let's put down a full block in the corners. Something like that. Then maybe we'll put down a stair. So that gives a little bit more of a shape to it. That's not too bad. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then what do we do here? So I need to put down a stair there, full block, and then what did I do here? I think I just had a slab on either side, so something like that. And then what can we do on the sides? Maybe we can put down some trapdoors like that. Do the same on this other side. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Something like that. So start to add a little bit of detail to it. Want it to look like a wheel. I guess it looks somewhat like a wheel right now. And we could probably do the same on the bottom here. So I'm going to have to clear out a little bit of this sand so we can reach the bottom. Whoops, we've already got some water flowing in. Have to stop that. Let's grab ourselves some sand. Let's get up here. I knew this was going to be a problem. Kind of need to clear out the sand while you're building something like this, but that's okay. We'll make do. We'll make this work. So it'll be something like that. Then what did I have down bottom here? Let's clear out some blocks. Might put these back later, but for now let's just get rid of them. And then what do we have here? We had ourselves a slab in the middle. Then we had a trapdoor on either side. Might look a bit weird underneath water like that, with the water not going around the block fully, but I don't know, something like that should be okay. And then for the middle part, now what we could do is build in some kind of spoke design. Did bring over some cobblestone. So let's try something like this. Let's put this in the middle. Let's just see what this looks like. Starts to look a little bit more like a wheel, I guess. And of course we could put something in the middle. Now, I did bring over, let's try this. Do have some brown terracotta. Might switch this out to be something else, but for now let's just go with this. Just wanted to add in a different block type. It's always the little details that will make or break a design like this, I think. It's pretty dominant right now. Not sure if I fully like that, but we'll leave it for now. Now, what I was thinking of doing, we could try and make this whole paddle wider. So what if we were to duplicate this whole wheel design, maybe over here, then maybe have an inner part to the wheel. So I'm going to recreate this whole wheel structure a couple of blocks over, so I'll build it right here. Then we can see if that will look better or look worse, not sure yet. So this is what it looks like from the side with now 2 wheels. And I don't know, I think it's okay. I think I need to keep working on this area to make it look better. So I am thinking of putting something on the middle. So we do have the exact 2 wheel designs on both sides now. And I'm definitely not happy with this block type, so I'm going to have to change that out soon. But for now, what I'm going to do is build this inner part. So what I think I'm going to do is build this in 1 extra block. So this is going to be a little bit strange to build, but how am I going to explain or do this? Maybe something like this. So what we're basically going to do is have this come in an extra block. So this is the bottom of this wheel, and this is where we'll start to go up. And then let's get out of here, see if we can escape this bottom area and see what this looks like. So if this is where this is now going to go up a level, a little bit awkward to build, but in fact, maybe I have to build it from down here. Anyway, let's put down some scaffolding, and this is where this is now going to creep up a little bit. So let's do something like this. Then I guess that's the middle, right? Yeah, that would have to be the middle. So let's go up a little bit. Another block up there. And then this is where this will now go up this way. And for now, let's just put a block down in here. Oops. Don't want a slab. It's all experimentation stuff, because you never know what's going to work. So it's something like this. And then this is where we have to build this coming down now. So let's try that out. A stair there, then this has to be a stair. So I'm going to get a stair down there, and let's try something like this. Just putting down all these scaffolding, I'll have to clean it all up. Trying to get the rough shape to work for us, so it'll be like that. That will go down. One more. And this is a stair. So that's pretty much the inside, so let's take a look. Sure, it's going to look weird with all these inner blocks. Man, I keep falling. Can't stay still. I should have probably not put the spoke thing in until after I built this middle wheel, but for now we'll have to make do with it. Okay, so let me just tidy this up. I think that'll be easier. I'll come back once this is hopefully pretty much done. So some more time has passed, and I've worked on this inner part of the wheel now. I experimented with a few different designs, and this is one that I've come up with that I think I'm the most happy with. I put in some trapdoors inside this middle section, so it kind of looks like this is where it could grip the water and then push the water around. I don't know, it's just stuff that I'm mucking around with. And I'm basically now settled on this whole area is not really going to be anything to do with a windmill anymore. It's just going to be like a flour mill or a grain mill or something like that, where we'll connect up this kind of spinning wheel to a building over here, and this is where we can crush the wheat to make some grain or something like that. I think that could be a nice use for a wheel like this. Let's take another look from the front here, or this side. I think it looks good. I did change out these brown terracotta blocks with black terracotta. I think it looks a lot better, just something a little bit darker, and yeah, I think that looks good. And yeah, is there anything else to show about this wheel? Not sure. I think it turned out rather well, actually. I'm rather surprised. Now, I was thinking when I was coming back and looking at this thing, if I just get rid of this water, or if I get rid of the sand just here to have flowing water, it doesn't really make sense, because we'll have water flowing in from the side. And if you're going to have a wheel like this, you kind of want water running in one direction. So running down this way and then going down into this ravine. So I'm going to have to expand out this part of the ground, I think, all the way out to here somewhere. So it will look like where the water is being forced to go down a single river system or a single direction just here. That will make this whole thing spin. So that's what we need to do now. Sorry, buddy, but I just trapped you. So take you out of your misery. So I'm going to just going to fill in an area here, make it a little bit of a peninsula, I guess, where I want to be able to have the water that I'm going to clear out flow in one direction. So it'd be something like this. Maybe a little bit wider here. Trying to make this look a little bit organic. So something like that maybe. Take a look from over here. That could be okay. Then the water will flow from this direction. Should we do it? Should we make it flow now? I did clear out this bottom area so it's nice and flat. I haven't gone down into this ravine. I'll probably have to do a little bit of terraforming in there to make it look okay. And I don't have a bucket on me, do I? No, I don't. Okay, so alright, what are we going to do here? Alright, so I'm going to go grab a bucket, and then we'll start to fill in this area. So what do we think? I've now got the water placed around this particular wheel. This poor squid is trying to survive around here. I probably need to experiment with the water placement a little bit, because it's flowing just here right over the edge down the bottom of this ravine, but the water is not flowing just here, so I probably should make it so the water is flowing, and maybe I could have a locking mechanism built into a structure so it looks like this is not spinning because I'm choosing it not to spin. But yeah, having this water still here kind of doesn't make sense, because why would you build one of these wheel things if the water's not going to flow? So probably a few things to experiment with. But yeah, as to finishing this off and working on the building, maybe we'll do that in the next episode. So before I end things in this episode, I thought I'll show you guys what was down the end of this path that I alluded to in the previous episode. I know a few of you guys might be interested. So I did work on this this bridge here a while ago. I haven't shown you guys this. Pretty happy the way it turned out. Different building materials and different style to what I usually do. Let's see if we can take a look from the side there. I think it looks good. Different combination. I did switch out to use jungle fences all along this path. Previously it was just oak fences, just to... I guess we're in a jungle, so we may as well use some jungle fences. And this up here, let's see if... yeah, this is what it was that I was alluding to in between the vines that I was showing at the end of the previous episode. So just up in here, I built this hut. This is what inspired me actually to build the jungle house. I built a tutorial for that on my channel. I built this first, and then as I was building, I thought, you know what, I could probably build something like this in a quick tutorial. So that's what so it was, I guess, motivation to build that. So I've built similar kind of things like this before in my world. Totally built this just mucking around basically. I thought it would be interesting to put something on this tree because this tree was right in the middle of this path, and I always planned to put something up there, and having like a little tree house kind of thing up there I thought would be a good look. So that's what I had done, and then up along this path, let's see if we can, why can't I sprint? Let me sprint. Okay. So just up in here, I did work on this area a little bit. The vines have gone a little bit crazy over here, but the entrance to this thing where we've got our large tree, I have changed a little bit. So this entrance is looking a little bit nicer now, and the pathway to come up into this tree has also been worked on as well. So yeah, this is stuff that I like to do, just mucking around. I might listen to a podcast or something and then just start building. This is the kind of stuff that I would like to do. Low effort, it just takes some time, and it just adds a little bit of variation to my builds. So I do like to come back and revisit previous builds. I've mentioned that before. Just keeps things interesting in your world. Anyway, so I'm going to leave the episode here. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you liked the episode. A little bit of different types of building structures from me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, where we'll probably finish off that grain or flour mill or whatever we're going to call that building. Alright, thanks guys. Cheers.